Hello, I'm Eloise and this is my channel, and for today's video we are doing another foundation wear test, and my goodness, you're in for a treat. Today I'm going to be doing a full day wear test on the most beautiful foundation I've ever put on my skin. It's the Smashbox Studio Skin Hydrating Foundation. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you will not know my absolute obsession with this foundation. I have not stopped talking about it because it is just my holy grail now. I've worn it for about 3 weeks now and I couldn't be happier with how this wears, how it looks on my skin, just the general overall performance of it. So I'm going to show you exactly how this foundation wears throughout the day. So if you are new here, I have a hell of a lot of foundation wear tests and I will link them all below for you to have a little look at, but make sure you stay for this video because you are not going to want to miss out on how incredible this foundation is. So if you are interested in seeing how the Smashbox Studio Skin Hydrating Foundation wears on my face, then make sure you keep on watching. But before you do, make sure you give this video a huge thumbs up, subscribe and all that jazz, and let's crack on! So I don't usually start my wear tests with this much eye makeup on. In fact, I usually start with no makeup on. So you're in for a treat today. I have just filmed this eye makeup look and that will be live on Monday, so stay tuned for that. So if you're new here, I have skin that's more on the dehydrated side. I do get a little bit of oiliness through the T-zone. Now that it's winter, I don't get much oiliness at all. In the summer, I do. I think that's quite normal for most people. I get severe creasing around my laughter lines. I get a little bit of texture on my forehead from where that creases as well because I'm human, I have an expressive face. So yeah, that is generally what my skin is like. I have, of course, prepped my skin already this morning. I have a couple of new friends that have popped up overnight, so this is going to be a great way for you to see how well this covers. So anyway, let's get to putting the foundation on my skin. So this is, I would say, more of a medium, definitely buildable foundation. I am in the shade 2.3, which is a light medium skin tone with a warm undertone. It is a little bit dark for me now. I bought it when I had a little bit of a tan, which was silly of me. But if you're not new here, you will know that I'm terrible at colour matching myself. Being a freelance makeup artist, you'd think I'd be better, but I'm rubbish. So anyway, I'm going to do one pump for half of my face. I love to use my So Eco stippling brush. So as you can see, it is definitely not a direct match, but as you get a little bit lower into my chest, it does match a little bit better to me. So I'm just going to make sure that I really buff that down onto my neck. And I'm just using a nice stippling motion just to make sure we get a nice even coverage. I am going to do more of a medium coverage all over and then a fuller coverage around my mouth where I'm getting my little blemishes. But just to let you know, that area there is one pump. I'm going to do another pump. I just think it's because the pumps are much smaller than a normal foundation pump. So don't feel like you're using more product than normal. Just a little side note as well, I don't ever use a primer for underneath my foundation. I don't personally feel like I need one. If you're more on the oily side and you want to blur any imperfections, then you can go ahead and use a skin smoothing primer like the to get optical illusion, or people like the Smashbox one. But yeah, my open pores don't really bother me too much, so I don't tend to use a primer. I would much rather prime my skin with all of my hydrating skincare products, and that is going to be enough for me. It is so important to fully prep your skin before using any makeup, and that is going to give your foundation the best chance to last. So that is it on half of my skin. As you can see, it's beautifully evened out my skin tone. It's given definitely more of a glow to the skin, which is why I absolutely love it. The clue is in the name. It's called a hydrating foundation. If you are on the drier side like me, you're going to absolutely love this foundation. But I believe an oily skin can use it as well. Just powder in those areas that you feel like your makeup tends to break down a little bit more. So I have used 1.5 pumps for half my face, so you're probably going to need 3 pumps for the full face. If you want a fuller coverage, I'd go for 4. So I'm just going to show you how much this can cover any blemishes or imperfections. So I would definitely say this is more of a medium coverage. I'm definitely going to need to go over with a concealer, but that doesn't bother me at all. I'd rather have a evened out skin tone, something that looks very natural, very much like my skin, and then go into areas that need a little bit more fuller coverage with pinpoint concealing. So I'm going to go ahead and paint the rest of my face, and I will show you once it's all on. So that is my whole face complete, and now all I need to do is go in with concealer. So as you can see, it's definitely taken down some of the redness around my mouth. It just gives a really beautiful hydrating look to the skin. It looks nice and plump and juicy and fresh. So I'm just gonna finish off the rest of my complexion, then I'm gonna come back and show you what it's all looking like. Just a heads up, I'm not gonna powder much on my skin because I feel like it's getting a little bit dry with the weather at the moment. So I'm just gonna powder underneath my eyes and maybe a tiny bit on my nose, and I'm gonna show you how it really does last without any powder as well. So this is what the skin is looking like now that we have finished the complexion, and I am obsessed. I can't even tell you how much I love this foundation. So let me give you a little close up as per usual. So this is what we're looking like. There is a little bit of crease in here, but that is just because, I mean, look, when I smile, that is just what happens to my face. But yeah, I just think it's absolutely stunning. I love it so much. So it's currently 11:45, so I'm out for dinner this evening, so I'll probably film when I get back, so that'll probably be about 10, 11 o'clock, something like that. So I'll take you along with me today to give you a rundown of what I get up to today. So should we get started? I am about to make my famous chicken and vegetable winter warmer soup, so I thought I'd take you along with me. Hashtag cooking with Elle. Gardening with Elle is no longer until obviously the springtime, so why not cook with me? So I have some carrots, I've got 2 potatoes, I've got a big old onion and some mushrooms, and then I'm going to roast some chicken as well. I've got my food waste bin so I can put the peel into the food waste, and I've got the holiday on. What a brilliant day. So I've just had the chicken cooking in this pot. I didn't want to show you it because it's pretty gross. And if there's any vegans or vegetarians following me, you don't want to see that. So I just brown the chicken off in the pot so that you get all the juices in with the butter and the oil from the chicken. And then I finished it off in the oven, just so that it cooks all the way through. And then, yeah, you're going to get all that lovely chicken flavour in your veg. Oh my god, I wish you could smell this. So good. So at this point where it's pretty much cooked, I have put it on the bottom a little bit, but once the water goes in it will be lovely and tasty. So we're going to do our seasoning. So we're going to have some salt in there. We're going to go for some bouquet garni and some parsley. We have catering sized spices and herbs because my dad loves to cook. Put some parsley in there, and then we'll go for some bouquet garni. I don't actually know what this is, but it tastes beautiful. And then I'll mix that up, and then we can add the stock. So I've made it really difficult for myself and accidentally forgotten to put the mushrooms in. So I'm just frying them off now. I would have put them in before I added the herbs and then fried them off a little bit and then added the herbs and then the stock, but it's fine. All right. They're going in now. Lovely, much better. Ooh. So I've just shredded my chicken and now I'm just going to pop it straight into the soup, add some frozen peas and we'll be done. Peas are my favourite, so I go quite crazy with the peas. Delicious. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? What's this? Oh, it's a good girl. Good girl. Little baby. Got to dry him off before he's allowed in the lounge. So I took my green smoky eye off because I'm going out for dinner tonight with Jack's family and I think I would feel a bit silly with a dark green smoky eye on. So yeah, took that off but kept everything else on and it is now 4 hours in. Obsessed still. Look, oh, I just can't get over it. The glow on this face right now is just so pretty. Okay, so it is currently 11 o'clock at night, so we have been going for 12 hours or 11 and a half. I can't remember if I started at 11:30 or 11. Anyway, this is what my skin is looking like. We're looking really good. I mean, my lashes are fully hanging off. Other than that, I absolutely, of course, love the finish of this foundation. It's my favourite foundation at the moment and I absolutely adore it. It's so beautiful for anyone, literally anyone. If you've got dry skin, oily skin, normal skin, it's going to be a beautiful foundation for you. That is my little foundation wear test. I hope you enjoyed cooking with Elle, going for a dog walk with Elle, and just generally seeing how this foundation has worn on my skin. So if you have enjoyed this video, then make sure you give it a huge thumbs up, subscribe and all that jazz. I'm Eloise, this is my channel and I hope you enjoyed and I'll see you in the next one.